Chicken production is not only evolving in California but across the nation. According to Oklahoma Agriculture in the Classroom, the chicken, Gallus domesticus, is a domestic subspecies of the red jungle fowl, a member of the pheasant family that was native to Asia and has evolved into the modern-day chicken. According to a study conducted by the American Egg Board, production hens first came to the United States when Columbus came across the sea from where they originated near Asia. Through the 1930s, egg systems were typically backyard projects where some flocks would reach 400 laying hens and laid approximately 150 eggs a year. But after medications and antibiotics were introduced to prevent parasites and airborne diseases, that number only increased. By the 1940s, Lane's hen shelter had changed after many producers began to experiment with caged housing, which was more confined than previous housing. Ultimately, this led to the modern-day large hen houses designed for mass production with small confined areas for hens. Caged housing allowed for hens to be kept off the ground, which they were out of their waste that they produced, allowing for a cleaner and safer environment for the hens. This proved itself to be profitable. California hens began to lay approximately 250 eggs a year and continued to become more popular. There are now roughly 280 million laying birds in the United States, which produce anywhere from 250 to 300 eggs a year. The United States alone produces 75 billion eggs a year, which is about 10% of the world's supply. Driven by demand, hens continue to be confined in large production houses where they have minimal room to move and spread their wings. In 2008, that all changed with Proposition 2. According to the University of California, Berkeley, Proposition 2 is responsible for increased costs of eggs, was approved in 2008 with over 8.2 million votes, about 63% majority of California. According to Ari Phillips, an editor and writer with a focus on environment and treatment of animals, discusses specifics of the new space requirements, which require California producers increasing space by 70%, going from a minimum of 67 square inches to nearly 116 square inches, about a 10.7-inch square space per bird. Overall, Proposition 2 has overwhelming support from California constituents, which gave ground for humane treatment of laying hens, producing $7.91 billion worth of eggs in January 2017, which was noted by the American Egg Board. The average price per dozen eggs before Proposition 2 was around $1.45 per dozen, which was in August 2014, and after the passage of Proposition 2, costs rose to an average of $3.03 per dozen, which was recorded in May 2015. The issue is important to me because I have a flock of chickens of nearly 30 laying hens housed in my backyard, and supplying a safe living environment is important to me. My hens produce an average of 28 to 35 eggs per day, which are retailed at a premium because of their cage-free status. These hens can roam during the day, however, are kept inside an enclosed area during the night to protect them from predators. Food safety, humane treatment, and preservation are all important factors when running a small farm operation. Proposition 2 only reinforced what I'm doing in my backyard for laying hens across the state of California. The egg production industry has evolved dramatically over a short time, not only for the consumer but for the businesses that purchase eggs to produce the products that they retail, and for producers who supply those businesses with the eggs. This includes even small-scale producers. Egg producers should take this as a sign that the market is changing, and to compete, they will be required to change production techniques and work to provide a safer and healthier environment for laying hens.